Hello, welcome to the first lecture on ML series. Have you ever wondered how a Google Translator is working, how a Netflix gives recommendations, how a email is tagged as a spam or not a spam mail? Those are the examples of the machine learning systems at work. What exactly machine learning is? When we want to perform some task by using a machine, we write explicit rules or programs. But machine learning is not about giving explicit rules for every situation. It is about teaching them to learn these rules themselves from the data. An analogy that we can take how one can teach child to recognize a cat. You don't give them a checklist of features like how many legs that cat has, or it has a tail, or what is the color. So you show them many pictures of cats and non-cats, and they learn the patterns. Machine learning does something similar, but with more data. So the core idea is machine learning is about learning from data without explicit programming. We hear terms like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. What is the difference? So, artificial intelligence, any intelligence shown by the machines. It's like to perform certain tasks, human intelligence is required. If those can be done by the machines, then we call those systems as artificial intelligence systems. Now, what is machine learning? Machine learning is a subfield of artificial intelligence, where you have systems which learn from data without explicit programming. Now what about deep learning? Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that uses artificial neural network with many layers of neural networks, and which are used to learn complex patterns from data. Why machine learning is important? So you can use it for an automation. Replacing repetitive and complex human tasks can be replaced with an automation, and it can also be used to discover hidden patterns. It can also be used to solve some problems which are intractable. That means there are no efficient algorithms there, like drug discovery or climate modeling. So there are some real world applications of machine learning that you might have encountered, like starting with recommendation systems. So how Netflix will show what the next show that you will love, and Spotify will recommend songs, and the email service provider uses from spam detection to automatically filters unwanted mails, and an autonomous vehicle systems can be used to find the shortest path from source to destination, and they can be also used for obstacle detection. And to identify frauds in a financial transactions also we can use a machine learning. And the voice assistance and the translation, even it can be used in the medical field for assisting doctors in identifying disease from the scans. So there are numerous applications possible with the machine learning. So how does the machine learning work? We can consider a simplified overview with the 4 steps. First, as the machine learning is expected to learn from a data, first, whatever the task that you want the machine to perform, collect the relevant data and give it to some learning algorithm. That learning algorithm learns from the data and it outputs a model. That model can be a set of rules or a function or some land patterns. Now by using that model, we can do predictions or we can take decisions. Even we can use that model to predict decisions on new or unseen data. Now an important point here is how good the model is decided based on how it performs on a new or unseen data. Now we are given a simplified overview with the 4 steps, but it is not a one-shot process. It is actually an iterative process. The model will be constantly evaluated and improved. That means these 4 steps are repeated until you get some desired performance. So now we talk about the main types of machine learning. The first one is the supervised learning, where you have the data which is labeled. So it's like learning with an answer key. Something like if you want to predict the house prices, in your data you have all the attributes on which the price depends, as well as the price information is also given. From that it has to predict, it has to model what is the relationship between these attributes and the price. That comes under supervised learning. And we have an unsupervised learning where it is like learning without an answer key. That is, you find the patterns without an answer key. It's like grouping similar things, or grouping customers based on purchase behavior, or grouping users of a Netflix based on their watch history. So the third one, that is reinforcement learning. It's learning by doing or learning by trial and error, where you have some agent which interacts with the environment, and where you give rewards or penalties based on whether it is going in the right direction or wrong direction. So this will be used in game playing and robotics. So you might have got a fair idea what is machine learning by now. The next thing that we are interested in is well-posed learning problems. Now, how do we know that if a problem is suitable for a machine learning? So we are going to decide whether it is suitable for a machine learning by defining something called well-defined learning problem. So basically it considers 3 factors: whatever the task that you are performing, or the performance measure, and experience. It's like the general definition is, when we can consider it as you are learning something or a machine learning something, it improves at a task with experience. So how are we going to measure whether it is improving or not is based on the performance measure. Thank you. That's what we will see in the next video.